Welcome to Mailbag, more gripping than a Moyes Keane chokehold. I am joined this week by Owen Parks, Ryan Reynolds, and Mike Blakey. Lads, as ever, we will kick off with Greeny's Raphograph. So, Mike, I'll come to you first. And where are you on the Raphograph? 0 being getting the bed sheets out, 10 being getting the Cardinals uniforms out.
I'm probably a 9. I think that's fully in acceptance stage. But there's a lot of graphs going on at the minute because I feel like I'm now on the same journey with Richarlison graph. So I think we'll stick with the graph one. Sorry, I'm definitely in a 9. I'm in the acceptance, and Derby win could get the Cardinal suits out, and that through town be fantastic.
Can you imagine Goodison Road Cardinal outfits on Derby Day? Do something else, that. Ryan?
I'm fully I'm like 15 out of 10. I'm all on board the Rafa train. I have been from day one. Since he was linked with us, I wanted Rafa, and I'm just embracing everything Rafa at the moment. If I have another child, I will call it Rafa Reynolds. So I'm all aboard it.
We could have the podcast title in records. I'm doing to beat Rafa Reynolds. Owen, can you beat 15 out of 10?
What's the Raphograph?
The Raphograph, so basically it's where are you on board with Rafa? A 0 on the Raphograph is you're going to start like defacing some bed sheets and going to Caldy with them. And a 10 is you're going to dress up in a Cardinal suit with a big picture of Benitez, like the Reds did years ago. So, where are you on that? He strikes me as your kind of manager, to be honest. I know you love Ancelotti, but...
Don't. People wind me up over
That's why I said it.
No, honestly, some of the emotional fools you have to come in contact with on Twitter they just annoy me. Probably I'll give Rafa, I'll give him an 8 or a 9. I've always been pro his appointment, so despite the fact I'd rather the previous manager, I still really like Rafa Benitez. So yeah, it could have been a lot worse. So I think he's done decent, 8 or 9.
Yeah, fair shout. I think I'm about a 9 as well. The rest of the Rafa fan club. What I'll do is I'll start sending out badges for us all. Okay.
Ask me if yeah.
Like the old Beano fan club when we were kids.
Ask me at 5 o'clock today.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried about today though. I mean, it would be lovely to beat XGFC, wouldn't it? It really would.
We don't win on the South Coast. So
we don't, as like just before we came on, I am testament to that.
We don't do it, so they will probably win.
No,
even when we had the most unbelievable away record last season, we still didn't win on the South Coast.
I know, shite, isn't it?
We nearly did though. I mean, Iwobi last minute. I was off the couch for that. I remember.
Yeah.
I always find them, just before we get into the hot topics, I always find them being back. I found that first game was amazing. Absolutely loved it. Loved being back in the ground. But there was a little part of me that on the way up to the ground, and like when you get there and you've got to park up and stuff like that, I was like, I kind of got used to watching this on telly. It's a bit of a ball like this getting to the game, which it isn't. It's literally about half an hour, like door to door.
You only just left the park at 5 minutes ago, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've just got back now. Until the end.
Yeah.
How did you find it then, Mike? Were you,
To be fair, I haven't I haven't been yet. It was a shared ticket with my dad, and he went. Actually, it wasn't my dad. My brother went. But I do think I've been to watching it on the telly. And I think you're right. When I next go, I think it'll be. It's going to be freezing. It's going to be raining. It's going to be. Yeah, it's Monday night, isn't it? It's not going to be a nice summer's evening, is it? It's not going to be.
It's only going to be nice, but
I mean, yeah. With the with crowds back everywhere, even watching it on the telly, it just makes it even more like it's like the last 18 months didn't count And I'm all for that, because a lot of things that I didn't want to happened in that 18 months. So it didn't happen, did it? So we're all right.
The only thing that did was the derby win, I reckon. We can have that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that second goal but the second goal didn't happen.
No. Oh God, no. Jesus. I forgot about that. Ryan, you've been back, haven't you, to some things over there?
Yeah, so we were back earlier this year, but we're back in lockdown now, so we can't go to sport again. Probably for another couple of months, I dare say. So I'm missing live sport so much. Where I don't know, one probably gives a crap, but we're right in the middle of Aussie Rules finals at the moment. So normally you'd have 90, 100,000 people at the MCG, and seeing it played in front of no one is really, really heartbreaking at the moment.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, I'd hack off both legs to be there at the moment. But yeah, anyway, I'm getting used to watching it on the TV, as you guys say, though. I'm such a lazy sports fan. It's so nice when you can sit there with a beer and a blanket and snacks and, not have someone's fat head in your way or anything like that. Like, it's quite nice.
It's back as well. So it's always the worst bit, getting back. It's like when you go on holiday. Getting there is fine because you've got that anticipation. Going back's a pain in the arse. It's like that with football. Going to the game, you've got the anticipation, you're looking forward to it usually. But then, like, when you're on the way back, it's like, I just want to be home now. But when you're watching it on it's...
Especially after a shit result.
Yeah. Oh, that first defeat's going to be horrible.
Quick one. A quick one from me. Southampton game, brilliant. But I was 10 minutes in and I noticed half time and I noticed the full time. There was no 60. So my experience wasn't full.
Oh, hang on. I mean, is this like a sort of a tragic story that 60 gone? Or he just didn't make the games, you reckon?
He just didn't make the game.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed 60's there next time.
He'll be there for the Burnley match. I'm 100% sure about that.
To ruin your favourite game of the season, Everton v Burnley.
Oh, well, apparently I've been told, so it won't be in me normal see for that. There's going to be a little neutral end between the away section and the main stand. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in between the stewards.
Yeah, so there's that like sort of area between the park end and the Bullens, isn't where the away team come out now. So if you can just stand in there, maybe. Yeah.
Well, that's what I've been told I've got to do. So yeah, I probably won't see him for that as well.
Seems reasonable. We're all glad to be back anyway. Ryan, my heart goes out to you there, mate. Haven't had that carrot dangled and then taken away. Heavy. Right, we will go on to hot topics. So I'm going to say this week, name of an Everton player who scored in a derby match. Okay, if you know the hot topics. So what's
only about 4, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a slim pool to pick from. Like, so this one, the first question is: worst transfer rumour that came true?
Arteta. He did score, didn't he? Yeah.
I muted myself then. I had a great one. And
save it for the next one, mate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't want to peak too soon.
Oh no. So Arteta's goal, I think the only one, was the 2-0 win, wasn't it, against Hodgson?
Yeah, good goal that though.
It was a good goal. So what story is this from?
Yeah. Liverpool's darkest hour.
Well, are we doing this in terms
the Hodgson era? Sorry, mate. Go on. What was that?
Oh, I remember that. Are we doing this in terms of like something that's been rumoured, like someone's left and it's happened, or could it be?
This is taken from a story this week, which is relatively obvious from our point of view.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the rumour about Richarlison, but what transfer route? What's the worst transfer rumour you've heard that's actually come true? So it can be like just a really ridiculous rumour that's never going to happen, and it does, or it's a player that was rumoured to leave or sign. You didn't want them, and it happened. So anything like that.
Oh, I'll take a twist on it and do it. It's better both. When that really dodgy Spanish radio station said Carlo Ancelotti was leaving to join Real Madrid, I laughed my head off. But then I was also like trembling at the same time, and yeah, it happened. So I think it's a bit of both in that sense, in terms of I didn't think it would ever happen because a radio station with about 3 people in said it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But then I was also like, can't be bothered with this. So I would say that.
See, so maybe there is something in these sort of wild ITKs. Maybe they do know things. But anyway, we won't go into that anymore. Ryan?
I'm trying to think of one. I reckon Fabian Delph for me. And I remember at the time when we were linked with him, I was like, oh, not another one of these. And it was another one of these. But lucky he's got his super immune system. So, we're very thankful for that.
Ask me when Neo Mope signs.
Who's that?
Ask me when Neo Mope signs in the next few days.
Oh, God. Yeah, don't. But Fabian Delph, just to go back to him, he is proof that a good immune system and a winning mentality will get you a long way.
Absolutely. I don't know if you guys saw it the other day, and he was doing this whole breathing thing, like think big. I was like, you're just a fuckhead, really. Like, stop it.
Think footballer. That's what you should think like.
Yeah. Think like you actually want to get a kicks every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, what's yours? Sorry, I think you went there a minute.
Oh, you froze there. That's on me. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm back there. I think mine was Duncan Ferguson leaving the first time. I'm not sure. I think it was Monday night. We played Newcastle.
Yeah.
So it was Walter Smith, wasn't it? So it was between like 98 or so. I think it was 98. And there's rumours going around the ground, Ferguson's leaving. And it was just like, no, he's not. No one's selling him. Even if we've got no money, no one is selling him. And then obviously, I think it was even the next day that it'd be walking over from school and the fella in the corner shop saying that he left, the pre Sky Sports News, pre everything. And it was just like, that's one of the lowest I've ever felt. Like, honestly, in my life, of Duncan Ferguson leaving. Yeah, that was that's the rumour
you've got. What's your favourite album cover?
Mo Johnson.
Oh, belter. The Peter Beardsley game.
What a game! What a night!
Oh, belter.
First derby that as well.
My first derby was the one the season after, the Mark Ward one.
Oh, Grobbelaar fights, yes.
Yeah, Grobbelaar fighting McManaman. And then Tony Cotty sealing it in like the last 5 minutes.
Do we've just like reeled off that? Do you reckon Liverpool fans remember derbies, or just because they win all the time, they're not even asked? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Actually, that's a good point.
Could they go, oh yeah, that's when Harry Kewell scored?
Yeah, God. But what was I looking for the other day? I was looking for Stuart Barlow. That's what it was. But there was a thing saying who's a youth product who you thought would have been a world beater at the time. Mine was Stuart Barlow, purely because he scored an outrageous volley on my birthday against Ipswich. And it was honestly, I put it on Twitter, he took it down on his chest and volleyed the top corner. It was unreal. Very Stuart Barlow. But on the commentary, it said he was criticised for missing a few chances at Anfield the week earlier.
Oh, there you go.
So I went back to look at that game, and it was the one where Ronnie Rosenthal scored, and it was 1-0.
Oh, yeah.
Completely forgotten about that game, but it was absolutely horrible because I think we should have beat them. And I'm sure he was offside as well for that goal.
I think I was there for that one in with Liverpool fans. It was one derby in like the early 90s, and Ron Dixon was sat behind us. You won't get that, Ryan, but big Ron Dixon off Brookside.
Ron Dicko? Blimey.
Yeah.
Was he a red then?
Yeah, red
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress.
Who's your favourite rookie character? Come on.
Who's your favourite?
Right, good then. Do you know what story this is from?
It's the lad on the Nirvana Nevermind album cover suing
Yes.
the remaining members of Nirvana for I don't know what was it. I don't know what he's suing them for, but he's saying he's damaged by it, but whatever.
So what? See, I've got a bit of a hot take on this because I read the story and I read it as I was first reading it. I was thinking, what a knobhead doing that. He's just on the make. But it turns out that his family were given $200, and that was it. Whole thing. His mum and dad never actually signed a release thing for it. I think that's just a technicality that they're picking up on, but they were only given $200. He's since tried to get in touch with Chris Novoselic and Dave Grohl just about it, just to say, I don't know, just because he wants some sort of recompense for it, which I think's fair enough when you're on the cover of one of the most iconic albums ever. So I think they've gone down this really shitty route of saying it's a sexually explicit image, because the dollar sign makes the baby look like a sex worker, which is really fucking bizarre because it doesn't. But I think they're going down that route just to say, give him some money for it. So it's a really hot way of doing it and a really nasty sort of way to go. But I think he's got a legitimate case to get more than $200 for that, seeing he's on the cover of like album. It's a horrible way to go about it, but I can see his point. I just don't like the way they framed it as a sexually explicit image. If you think it is, you've got a real problem there.
Yeah, I think I'd be comfortable with being on the album cover, and that'll do.
Yeah, I mean, you must be able to get some gigs for that, mustn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, down the Paradox, here's the lad off the front of the Nirvana cover, get on stage, £100 for 20 minutes work, and you're off.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to beat anyone off Love Island on that, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, who's the most popular fella in the club? Me?
Plus, if you had anyone saying, we'll get your knob out, then you'd be like, you're weird, aren't you? So, wouldn't even have to put up with that, really. But yeah, that's the story. Anyway, so what is your favourite cover?
Well, straight to the point then. My favourite one is Purple Rain, Prince on a... I think it's a Harley Davidson, smoke behind him, purple suit, coolest man on the planet at the time, probably the coolest man that's ever been on the planet. Done. That's the best album cover.
Lots of hair on that as well, isn't there?
Yeah, lots of hair. Yeah.
And it's got like it's very 80s the way it's done. So it's got the picture in it, hasn't it? Then there's
it's sort of a
bits on the side on an angle.
Yeah.
Oh, cracking choice. That never thought of that one. Belter. Ryan.
I like Silverchair's Frog Stomp. It's really not a great album cover, but the album itself is just amazing, which just makes the album cover so cool. It's just a green frog on the front of it.
It's just a frog. That's what it is.
It's literally a watercolor frog, isn't it?
It's literally a watercolor frog, mate. The album is an absolute belter though, and I don't know. It's just basic and it's cool. So Frog Stomp for me.
I've never heard that. I'll give it a go. Actually, if you go on Google Images, there's a fella in a Frog Stomp jumper, and I think you need this in your life, mate.
Oh wow, let's have a look.
So it's just a cream jumper with the frog on the front and then Frog Stomp down each arm.
Oh yeah, I'd be all about that.
Yeah, you got to be on board with that. Owen?
To be honest, I'll be blagging if I was sitting here now and saying I was an expert on album covers, but the one I've always found most iconic is Abbey Road. So I'll just play it pretty simple and say the one I've always found iconic, where I've seen over the years, and it is that one. When I think of album covers, that's the first one that comes to my head. So I'll go with that.
The VW Beatles, a nice touch on that as well in the background.
Yeah. It's the one that always comes to my mind, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, I think my one is The Strokes, Is This It, because I'm clearly a deviant in that respect. But I think purely because it was banned in America, that album cover as well. But for anyone who doesn't know, it's like a woman's body, sort of a midriff. You don't see anything, and there's like this leather glove. I sound really Spinal Tap at the minute. There's a glove sort of on her back, on the lower part of her back, just by her bum. But it's like, it's quite provocative, and it got banned in America, and they got some really gothy artwork for the one in America, which is rubbish. Anyway, there we go. That's the hot topics.